Hi, it is Marie and I'm finally back with another video today. Today I wanted to talk about being honest with yourself and others about the things you can't do. But first, I'm sorry I was gone 2 weeks ago. I was out of state. Last week I was busy with work due to procrastination, but this week I am back. And I know I have a bunch of messages and comments and emails to get back to, and I will work on that over this weekend. I just have to sit down and give them all time to go through them. But I wanted to talk about being honest with yourself about the things you can't do. As I've gotten older with cerebral palsy, I've realized that there's a lot of things I always thought and always desired to do that I really can't do. And now my way of looking at it is I would rather spend time perfecting something I can do than waste time on something I really can't in the end. Now, having said that, I do think everyone should attempt whatever it is they want to do. I think people, cerebral palsy or no cerebral palsy, disabled or not disabled, should always attempt before they shut it down. That goes with anything. But there are times where I've had to recognize that I can't do this, even if I want to do it. Even if I really want to do it. If there are times where it's like, no, you can't do this, and maybe doing it is a danger to you and to others. So this is kind of how I looked at driving. I remember being 8 years old, 8 years old, and I was like, I can drive in about 8 years, and that's going to be absolutely fantastic. I turned 15, I took the driver's ed course, I drove, I got my permits, and after about, 5 times of driving, I took a step back and I went, I don't think I really see everything on the road I'm supposed to see. I have nystagmus and issues with depth perception, and I don't feel like I have the good enough reflex to stop, to turn, to be fully in control of a vehicle. And I took a more objective approach after those few times of driving, and I went, okay, how is cerebral palsy really affecting me? Well, it's affecting how my brain is sending signals to my muscles, and it's because of that, it's affecting my legs, it's affecting my fine motor skills, and it might be affecting my eyes. And I really took that objective view to heart, and I was like, this probably isn't the best thing for me. In fact, it would be a lot more safe for me and for other people that I don't drive. And I stopped driving, and it hurt in the beginning. It was like, okay, I'm giving up this little bit of independence. That's a really big deal. And my parents kind of have always insisted that I pick up driving again, that I'm going to get my driver's license one day and I'm going to be able to drive. But I went, no, I don't think I can, and I think it would be more selfish of me to force myself to drive just because I want to, when I really can't. And so there you have it. I attempted to drive, so I didn't just from the outset say I'm not doing this. I gave it a shot, but it was in giving that shot, giving it an attempt, giving it a try, that I was like, no, I can't do this. I've experienced this, and it's not good for me, and it's not good for others. To give a more lighthearted example, it was the same with hiking. my family has always loved to hike. I love hiking. I still hike today, but I was never able to hike without holding someone's hand. And when I say hiking, I'm talking about like climbing up rocks, climbing up a glacier, and it just, I love the feeling, but there was always something about it that I hated, and I hated being dependent on someone, because if I wasn't dependent on someone, if I didn't hold their hand, I would most likely die. And so it wasn't a fun experience for me. As much as I have to take caution when I go on hikes and be like, I don't know if you can climb up that mountain. Not that I've done any mountain climbing, but there, it's just an example. But I had to be honest with myself, and I think now that I've gotten older, I've realized honesty is the best policy. If I try something and I really put all my effort into it, and I find that I just can't do it, then it's not in my best interest. I guess the same thing goes with school. Right now I'm looking at graduate school. Now I don't know if I can go through that. My math skills are terrible, and so as much as I would like to go, I need to be honest with myself, and maybe that'll come sometime down the road. But with that being said, I just want to say, try to be honest with yourself. Try to be honest with yourself and others. And always attempt something, put your effort into it. And with that, I will say goodbye. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or concerns, leave them down below. Again, I will be getting back to all the comments and messages that I've accumulated over the last 2 weeks. And goodbye. Have a nice weekend.